Today I'm going to explain a drama, sci-fi, adventure movie titled Attraction. There are some spoilers ahead, so watch out. The movie opens in a classroom where a teacher is discussing an astronomical event happening on Earth. A boy named Miro, who has a crush on Yulia, is always trying to help her answer the teacher's questions. After school, Yulia asks her father, Colonel Valentin Lebedev, for permission to watch a meteor shower that evening, but he refuses, claiming it's for her own safety. Frustrated by her father's decision, she calls her rebellious boyfriend, Artyom, who encourages her to ignore her father's orders since it's a once-in-a-lifetime event. Artyom eventually picks Yulia up and takes her to the roof of a building where everyone is gathering to watch the meteor shower. While there, Yulia meets her friend, Svetlana. The couple decides to spend some time in Svetlana's apartment, leaving her alone on the rooftop. Meanwhile, an alien spacecraft is seen traveling through the solar system. Suddenly, it's struck by a meteor, causing it to malfunction and plummet into Earth's atmosphere at an alarming speed. The Russian military detects the descending alien craft and launches missiles at it since it doesn't slow down. The spaceship begins to fall toward the city, damaging multiple buildings, including Svetlana's apartment. The impact instantly kills Svetlana and horrifies the couple, who nearly fall from the building. After crashing through numerous structures and causing hundreds of casualties, the spacecraft finally comes to a halt. The Russian military quickly moves in on the crash site and attempts to communicate with the occupants while evacuating the city, fearing the ship could be carrying a nuclear weapon. The military rolls in to help out, and we see Yulia's dad heading to the crash site, translator in tow, ready to handle whatever comes next. An alien steps out of the spaceship but doesn't attack anyone, so the squad holds fire. The alien communicates through telepathy with the translator, explaining that their ship got wrecked by the Metroids and took heavy damage from the Russian Air Force's attack. That's why they crash-landed on Earth. They assure everyone that they don't mean any harm. They just need to fix their ship and bounce. The colonel presents this info at a conference, explaining that the aliens aren't here to attack. They crash-landed because of our mistake. So the decision is made to give the aliens some time to repair their ship and leave peacefully. Later, Yulia's dad picks her up from the hospital and isn't too happy when he sees her hanging out with Artyom. He drags her home, but Yulia is furious with the aliens because she lost her friend in the crash. Fueled by anger, she secretly swipes her dad's gun and teams up with Artyom, who's got a bit of a gangster streak. Artyom and his crew are all in on the plan. They sneak over to the building where Yulia's friend lived, which is near the crashed alien ship. While there, they find some alien device. Meanwhile, Yulia sneaks into her friend's room, sees a photo of them together, and breaks down in tears, missing her friend. But then, an alien shows up, and Yulia freaks out. She screams at it and shoots, but in the chaos, she loses her balance and starts to fall. The alien doesn't let Yulia fall. Instead, it saves her. Hearing her scream, Artyom and his crew rush in and start attacking the alien, causing it to fall off the building. When they get down to the street, they find the alien suit, which is made of some strange, thick metal, but the alien itself is nowhere to be found. The commotion brings in the military. Artyom and his gang leave with the alien suit. They also find an alien device nearby and haul it back to their lab. Yulia's convinced there's more to discover, so she heads back to the building the next day, determined to find the alien. While searching, she stumbles upon some dead bodies, and among them, she finds a man who's injured. Realizing this is the alien, she and a friend secretly take it to the hospital. Since the alien now looks human, no one suspects a thing. Yulia even donates her blood to help it heal. While observing the alien's body, it suddenly grabs Yulia's hand and transfers some of its energy to her, creating a mysterious bracelet on her arm. After returning home and taking a shower, Yulia discovers the bracelet's power. It can control water. Meanwhile, back in the lab, scientists are stumped by the alien device. When the colonel goes to get some water, he notices strange ripples in it. Around the same time, a scientist reports that a stream in the city has mysteriously dried up. An emergency conference is called, and the colonel warns everyone that water is crucial for regenerating human cells. He suspects the aliens might be siphoning the city's water to repair their spaceship, which could soon lead to a severe water shortage, even for drinking. Meanwhile, Yulia brings the alien, now fully recovered and looking like a human boy, into her garage. The alien quickly picks up the human language and introduces himself as Hakan. He tells Yulia that he desperately needs his device to leave Earth, explaining that without it, he can never return to his home planet. Unfortunately, Yulia refuses to help and kicks him out of her house. As Hakan is leaving, the police spot him, mistake him for a drug addict, and take him into custody. Yulia, unsure of what to say, watches helplessly as they take him away. At the same time, Artyom and his crew are messing around with the alien's metal suit, trying to break it. But nothing works because the suit is incredibly tough. For fun, one of Artyom's friends puts his hand inside the suit and starts imitating the alien. Suddenly, the suit activates and begins merging with his body. After a lot of effort, they manage to pull his hand out, but the experience leaves Artyom's friend furious. He angrily asks Artyom what kind of dangerous stuff he's keeping in his house. The group starts to panic, worried about what else the suit might do. Artyom decides it's best to hand the suit over to the army. Meanwhile, the city is in chaos due to the water shortage, and angry protests erupt on the streets. Artyom heads to the army to report the metal suit, but before he can, a fight breaks out among the protesters, and the police arrest him. Yulia's father, who already dislikes Artyom, is present at the scene. Yulia goes to the police station to get Hakan released, and is surprised to find Artyom there as well. She approaches Artyom to talk, but the police take him away before they can speak. Determined, Yulia manages to get Hakan released by claiming he's her friend. Yulia starts teaching Hakan some tricks to help him blend in with humans, and as they spend more time together, they become friends. Yulia eventually decides to help Hakan retrieve the device he needs to return to his planet. Knowing the device is inside a secure lab, Yulia comes up with a plan. She takes Hakan to meet her father, and during the visit, she pretends to be pregnant, which distracts her father and gives her the chance to secretly steal his pass. With the pass in hand, she gives it to Hakan, who then sneaks into the lab disguised as a doctor. Using his powers, Hakan unlocks the device and retrieves the main component. The scientists in the lab are stunned and quickly sound the alarm. But by then, Hakan has already made his way back to Yulia. Yulia's father, unaware of the full situation but suspicious, orders Yulia and her friend, Hakan, to leave the area and puts them in a car. With the device in his possession, Hakan is ready to return to his spaceship, but Yulia advises him to wait until nightfall to avoid being captured by the military. She takes Hakan back to her home, but by now the colonel has pieced together that Hakan, the alien, is the same friend who has been with his daughter. He reviews the security footage and issues orders to have Hakan arrested. Realizing they're in danger, Yulia grabs Hakan and they make a run for it. She takes him to a classmate's house where they change their appearance, and then she decides to hide him at a concert, thinking it's the safest place amidst the crowd. During the concert, Hakan uses his powers to transport Yulia to his home planet, a breathtakingly beautiful place. He tells Yulia that no human has ever been allowed to see this world before, giving her a glimpse of something extraordinary. Hakan tells Yulia that she's special and different from any other human. He explains that if any human tries to come to his planet, the aliens will destroy them to protect their advanced technology. During their conversation, they realize they've fallen in love. But things take a dark turn when one of Artyom's friends spots them together and reports back to Artyom that Yulia is with another guy. As night falls and it's time for Hakan to return to his spaceship, he says a heartfelt goodbye to Yulia. Just then, Artyom calls Yulia in a fit of jealousy and anger, demanding to meet her. Yulia, who's now clear about her feelings, tells him she's interested in someone else and doesn't want to see him. But Artyom, already nearby with his crew, ambushes them. They capture Hakan and brutally beat him. Artyom also attacks Yulia, which enrages Hakan. In a burst of fury, Hakan fights back, taking on Artyom and his friends. During the scuffle, one of Artyom's friends discovers Hakan's device and realizes Hakan is an alien. Panicked and determined to end Hakan, Artyom tries to shoot him, but accidentally kills one of his own friends instead. The chaos draws the attention of the police, and Artyom and his companions flee the scene, leaving Hakan to be captured by the authorities. Artyom then takes to the internet, spreading the news that Hakan, the alien, killed his friend. He incites hatred and fear, urging everyone to attack the alien spaceship. A mob forms, and they march toward the spaceship, ready for battle. In response, a robot emerges from the spaceship to defend it, and a fierce fight ensues. Artyom, now fully enraged, dons the alien metal suit and chases after Hakan. A brutal battle between Artyom and Hakan unfolds, and despite his alien strength, Hakan is overpowered by Artyom, Emerging from the suit, Artyom fires shots at Hakan. In the chaos, both Yulia and Hakan are gravely injured. The colonel, witnessing his daughter's condition, watches as the police arrest Artyom. The robots from the spaceship then take Yulia and Hakan inside the ship, placing them in separate chambers. Thanks to the advanced alien technology, Yulia heals quickly, but Hakan's recovery will take longer. With their ship repaired, the aliens prepare to leave Earth. Yulia and her father step out of the spaceship as it departs, leaving Yulia to reflect on her memories with Hakan. The movie ends with Yulia quietly reminiscing about her time with Hakan, cherishing the memories they made together despite the tragic ending. That's it for today's video. Make sure to like and subscribe to watch more interesting recap videos. Thanks for watching.